It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Is this your memory?
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I'd...
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their cart. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? Oh, my...
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, but now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems, by the way, Guyan, do you know what a seed is? You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think...
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisan. Just two.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
I'm alive. And all the young people in the village.
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life for... I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming.
We can't stay here. Let's move.
Why? What's the point? This world is hope. You've seen their numbers, and you know you beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake.
I do. I remember my first death. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give everything, the rest of the Xianzhou...
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with so much despair.
Leave.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the lot, but before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles, but that's not all. need you to construct a stone monument for me.
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the... He left me there without ever looking back.
Thank you, my old friend. Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste?
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end now. The war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflict.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes?
No, I did not. I am a weapon. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature. And I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then...
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home. During the sword-gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become deadly, but once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own?
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guhian on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yun Li is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating.
It wasn't until I held Guyan in my hands that I could sense its thoughts. And I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword. I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles and...
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless sword master shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being any...
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the Swordmaster's stone monument?
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the...
Can a creation become what it wants to be?
Something.
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out...
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you...
What do you all think?
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling you were completely determined when melting down the sword? So...
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the lawful?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated, but at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you... So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do...
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieja Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the lawful. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.